The power of consistency. Small habits lead to big changes. Understanding the power of consistency. We all have dreams, goals, and desires, but often the challenge lies in achieving them. The journey can feel overwhelming when you're aiming for something big, whether it's personal growth, health, wealth, or success in any field. If you're like most people, you've probably tried a lot of things that didn't work. You've started new routines, made new resolutions, but somehow you end up feeling stuck, like you're not making any real progress. The truth about success. But what if I told you that success isn't about making dramatic changes or taking huge leaps? What if the key to achieving everything you've ever dreamed of lies not in massive efforts, but in consistent, small actions done every single day? This is the secret to real and lasting change. Consistency. It is in the seemingly insignificant, small habits that we repeat daily where the true power of transformation lies. And, as you'll see in this video, it's the foundation for achieving extraordinary results over time. The science behind consistency, how habits shape our lives. Before we dive into why small habits work, let's first understand why they're so effective. The human brain is an incredible machine. Our brains are constantly processing information and adapting. When we engage in an activity repeatedly, our brain forms new neural pathways. This process, known as neuroplasticity, is what allows us to develop habits over time. The power of habit formation. When we first try something new, our brains are firing in all directions, and we have to consciously focus on the task at hand. But over time, as we repeat a behavior, it becomes easier, and eventually we no longer have to think about it. In other words, our actions become habits. This is where the magic of consistency happens. You don't need to rely on willpower alone. Instead, you can build systems where your brain almost automatically carries out tasks. This is exactly why successful people swear by their morning routines. They've built these actions into their daily habits, so they don't need to motivate themselves to do them every day. The compound effect, small steps, big results. In fact, the power of consistency is often compared to the compound effect. Think about compound interest in finance. If you invest small amounts of money consistently over time, it will accumulate and grow exponentially. The same thing happens with habits. The effects of consistent action may not be visible right away, but over time, they add up in ways that can dramatically change your life. Whether you're working on improving your health, developing a skill, or building a business, those little actions done consistently will compound into something significant. But this requires patience, perseverance, and trust in the process. The power of small habits transforming your life. One step at a time. Now that we understand the science, let's explore real-world examples of how small habits can lead to profound changes in our lives. Health. Small, consistent actions for a better life. If you've ever tried to get healthier or lose weight, you might have set ambitious goals such as working out for an hour every day. While this sounds like a great idea, many people fail because it feels like too much at once. That's when motivation starts to wane, and eventually people fall off track. Instead, focusing on small, manageable actions can make a huge difference. Imagine if you started with just 10 minutes of walking every day. It might seem insignificant at first, but 10 minutes daily adds up to over 3,600 minutes in a year. That's over 60 hours of physical activity. And those 10 minutes become easier and easier the more you do them, eventually paving the way for longer and more intense workouts. Let's look at hydration. Drinking water seems like a small habit, but most people don't drink enough water daily. If you start by committing to drinking just one extra glass of water every day, over time, you'll find that hydration becomes second nature. Productivity, the secret to getting things done. It's easy to feel overwhelmed by long to-do lists and big projects. We often think we need to set aside entire days to focus on important work. But here's the secret. Productivity doesn't come from working harder, it comes from working